Hi, Emma. This is your general reading, order 6070. I have my computer here. That's where I'm getting your energy from. Please let me know how this resonates as well. I would recommend to watch this by yourself first, and then if you wish to share it with another individual or other individuals, then you're more than welcome to. But I would, again, recommend watching it yourself. But you can rewatch it as many times as you wish. It's totally up to you and at your discretion. You can fast forward it, you can rewind it, whatever you want to do. It's your reading, okay? Please let me know how it resonates or if you have any questions. And as my cards come out, it's like past, present, and future, but the future is not set in stone. As soon as you start making decisions, then things may change, just as a heads up. And this is energy in the moment. So energy is always changing and flowing. So what resonates now may not resonate later down the road. I also have incense going. So if you notice like a smoky waftiness across the screen, it is just the incense smoke, just as a heads up. In between decks, I will pause the video so that you do not have to watch me shuffle unless something is coming to me, okay? Just as a heads up. Also, your other order is at the top of my list. So I will hopefully be getting to it very soon so that I can get it to you. My card's got a lot to say. That was me. That was not my team. You're struggling a little bit. Okay. So the first card kind of sets the tone of the reading. And for you, it's like the anchor card. For you, is integration and union. So I have a feeling that you are having some thoughts about another individual. I don't know if it's a romantic partner or if it is a friend or a colleague of some sort, but I feel like whoever this is representing, it's still weighing really heavy on you. So I'm curious. And then the next card that came out was water. So I think that this individual and possibly you have water in your chart. You're very intuitive. I feel like you're very intuitive. So you're good with advice for other individuals, but when it comes to yourself, you struggle with it. You struggle with like knowing like what path to take, and then like your mind races and you get ahead of yourself, or you are constantly worrying about the future and those sorts of things. I feel like Pisces sticks out to me for some reason. So look to see if you have Pisces in your chart anywhere, because I have a feeling that that's going to be influential with you. Now, this is kind of interesting because the Autumn and Harvest card came out in reverse. So this can be one of two things. My first thought is something happened in the fall with your situation. Something happened in the fall and you are still struggling through it. Or since it's in reverse, then it could mean that something is happened in the spring, because we're still kind of past right now. But I think that regardless of what this was, it's still really affecting you because you got a lack and doubt going on. You are struggling with yourself. I think that mentally you're struggling with a lot of things, and that's where the whole mindset is with you. You are really kind of trying to push through it, but you're struggling with it. You know what I mean? So you're doubting yourself. You're doubting your gifts. You're doubting what you actually think to be true, and you're doubting, see the incense smoke, and you're doubting, like, did I make the right decision? Or should I have done this? Or should I do this? And blah, 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 blah. Like, you're too much in your head about certain things. And you gotta gain that control back, okay? So in order for you to kind of get out of this mode, I think that you need to start doing some intuition tests. My ear just started ringing. So I don't know if they've been coming up on your feed lately. I should get back doing those. But intuition tests are really good exercises for your brain as well as for your intuition to help you work with your intuition and start getting to know it. Because everyone's intuition is different. So how my intuition works is different compared to what somebody else's intuition works. So it can come in forms of pictures, like in your mind's eye. It can sometimes be audible. It can sometimes be the first thing. It can sometimes be the second thing. It could be the third thing that you think of. Everybody is different. And sometimes, depending on the person, your intuition, it can bounce all over the place. With me, mine comes in different waves. So sometimes I see a picture. Sometimes I hear it. Sometimes it's the first thing. I go off of what I know about my intuition, and I have worked on it. But I think that you need to get back on track with that and start doing some exercises. So some things that you can do is either search them on social media or on YouTube, or you can do them at home. So even with a dice, before you roll it, think of what number is going to land on. And really kind of think about it and hold the dice and then roll it and see what happens. Or you can have a pouch that isn't see-through, have either crayons in it or coins in it, and then like kind of, again, visualize and try and figure out how your intuition works for you, and reach into that bag and then pull out what you were thinking of and seeing if it matches. If you're getting frustrated, set it aside, okay? And then come back to it a few days later. You do not have to get it every time. As long as you are progressing with it, then that's how you work on it. Okay, it's going to be a real struggle at first. Okay, I'm not going to lie. But I think that once you start doing this, then you're going to start seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel. The sun is going to start shining a little bit more, and things are going to start, like, the clouds are going to clear from your mind, basically, and kind of get that lack and that doubt out of your mind so that you can start having your wishes be fulfilled again. Because I think you're manifesting things, but you're struggling with that too because you are too much in your head about things, okay? So you got to gain that control back, all right? Get that control back, get it under control, and then you can start having that momentum forward, okay? Because you might later on need a little bit of a timeout, retreat, get a little bit of distance between you and something. I don't know what this is in regards to, but I think once you start advancing certain things, your gifts are going to start showing a little bit more. And that's when this is going to, I think this is regarding your gifts, because you're going to start maybe freaking yourself out a little bit, or some individuals around you might get a little bit freaked out because of how accurate you could be with it if you work on it, okay? So I know that I freak people out. I don't mean to. It's just one of those things that happens, okay? I can't really control it. I just say what happened, what's coming to me, okay? You've seen it firsthand. So as far as like this, I think that you are going to retreat a little bit and be like, whoa, need to back up a little bit. I think your subconscious is going to be like trying to push you through it, but your conscious is going to be like, nope, But your subconscious and your conscious need to be on the same wavelength, okay, in order for you to progress forward. So I think that you need to kind of, when this is happening, just take a little time out, little break from it, and then come back to it when you feel ready for it, because I think you're going to freak yourself out, okay? It's not going to be, I've done that before, been there, done that. It's not all sunshine and rainbows when you are working on this sort of stuff, and you can freak yourself out. But just remember that you are in control of what you can open up to and what you don't want to open up to. So once you learn that control and that discipline, not only with your intuition, but also like your third eye opening, then you are going to start turning things around. I think you've already started like turning some things around, but you still have a lot of lack and doubts and things going on too. And I think this integration is more about getting to know yourself and who you are and what you are capable of. Now, the bottom of the deck is facade and beliefs. So I think that you struggle with this because of how you were brought up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a hard time because of what you were told when you were growing up. I was the same way to a certain point. My mom always took us to church, Anglican. My dad never went to church. It was always my mom and my sister and I. So, me getting into this, I had my doubts. I was really worried about how they would view me. And I think that you have kind of the same things going on, and you're worried about how some individuals are gonna view you. Now, the next thing is really interesting because we have alchemy, ancestor guides, and assistants and spirit guides. Know that they're around you. They are been trying to help you, okay? They will continue to be around you to help you. And alchemy is about turning something into something else. So evolving, changing, growing into something better. And I think that that is going to be coming for you. It's just a matter of time. But cards don't go by our timeline. They go by their own timeline, so I don't know when that's going to happen. Let me grab another deck and see what comes out. One sec. Alright, as I'm shuffling, I keep seeing the water card, but it hasn't come out yet, which is kind of interesting. But I kept seeing it out of the corner of my eye when I was shuffling. So, yeah, please look into that, because I think that has a lot to do with things. And you struggle with, like, yourself. Like self-love, knowing what you are capable of, and what you deserve. You're struggling with that sort of stuff. Just do what you can, okay? So have a day to yourself, do something that you love and enjoy. Those sorts of things are self-care, okay? Even just having a bath, if you want to have a bath. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. But doing something that you want to do, that makes you feel good, okay? That is self-care, okay? So this is interesting. This one is, we have namaste. And then this one here is about like reducing one ego in front of others. So it's kind of like, again, you are kind of worried about how others may view you with what you do. I think you do a lot of things behind closed doors as far as like practicing and that sort of stuff. But again, it's a part of who you are. So if they can't accept that, then is it really worth them being around? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's gonna kind of suck if somebody takes it the wrong way and they're exiting your life. But if it's meant to be, it's meant to be because they have brought you to the point that you're at. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of think that over too. But notice the picture. So going from one bowl to the other, and the fire is kind of moving across. So I feel like this is you too, is you're moving from one point in your life to the other point in your life, and you're like trying to get the momentum over to that other one, okay? But you're having a scarcity kind of mindset. I don't know if this is actually regarding money and finances, or if this is about a lack and doubt in yourself, or it could be both. Okay, so know that you are more than enough. You can do this, and you are the one that's holding yourself back. Okay, only you can improve yourself with this sort of stuff. Okay, now this is interesting. Secret Admirer came out. So this is about like biggest fan, watching, those sorts of things. Immediately I thought of myself. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you one to like go to my page and then find videos? Like see what I posted that day? Like I think that you really look up to me. I could be wrong and that could be my ego talking, but let me know, because that's the only thing that's come to mind with that. That's kind of odd because I've never had that before. Anyway, we got movement. Let's just ignore that card. We got movement. So this is about action, offer, communication. This is about you realizing who you are and where you can take this, okay? So, again, this is probably your boop wake up call going, all right, yep, we got this. I need you to rewatch this. You need to rewatch this in a couple weeks or even in a couple days and then a couple weeks so that this can really sink in. Because again, you are holding yourself back from what you are actually capable of. I think that a lot of your, I'm getting goosebumps now. A lot of your spell work and manifestations are not coming to fruition because the lack and the doubt. A lot of what you do in spell work, manifestations, those sorts of things, you need to have your whole heart into it. And you are the magic for it, okay? If you do not believe in what you are doing for your spell work or for your manifestations, they are not going to come true, okay? What are the goosebumps? Don't mind my scratch. So I think that you are too much, again, in your head. You gotta, again, bring that manifestation forward. Like you have the Midas touch. You can turn something into something else. You gotta keep that creativity and that positivity when you are doing it. Put your whole heart and soul into those sorts of things, okay? Have that commitment to yourself, all right? And get that next step going, all right? And be devoted to yourself, okay? And make sure that you are also taking time outs for you. So being not harsh on yourself. I feel like you're very harsh on yourself. You're very negative towards yourself. You have a lot of negative thoughts towards yourself. You got to rein that in, okay? Like attracts like. So if you are negative towards yourself, you are going to bring that negativity to you. So if you're like, oh, well I'm so dumb, or oh, blah, 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 and you're labeling on yourself, the universe is going to recognize that and it's going to keep throwing it at you, okay? So if you are upset at a situation, say that you are upset at the situation and that it's not you that's dumb. It's not you that's stupid. It is the situation that you are in that's silly or stupid, okay? Notice the difference, because then the universe will recommend or recognize that it is the situation that you're talking about and not yourself. Okay, so you gotta, again, have that tenderness and that affection towards yourself and kind of rework that. It's going to take time, okay, to get that going. Now, fire came out sideways. When my cards come out sideways like this, it's like they're in upright, but it's past, present, and future. So this is about igniting the fire underneath you and like getting that spark going so that you can carry it over. So again, this is reiterating the first deck. And the bottom of this one is voices, okay? So this can be karmic voices. It can be influential voices. It's kind of like at odds. So again, you're bumping heads with someone or something about this, and it could be inner, it could be somebody external, but I think that it's going to be happening regardless. I really feel like you are on the path for you. And I think that you are getting messages from your spirit team, because the next one is synchronicity. I think that they're trying to send you messages, but I don't think you're recognizing the messages. I think it's numbers and animals, but I think that you are misinterpreting them. So try and figure out which ones they are and then kind of go from there and see what the spiritual meanings of them are. I think you're dreaming too. I really feel like you're dreaming. Let me grab another deck. One sec. All right, this is interesting. I grabbed my original tarot deck, and the first one that came out was the Six of Pentacles. So notice how there's individuals, and we're helping the individuals, and then we have a scale of balancing. So this is about two-way abundance. It's about giving and receiving. It's also about being charitable, positive. It's about a generous mindset. You have a generous mindset to help others as best you can. But can you actually afford to do this? Okay, so this is about the scale. So keeping things in balance. Nothing is ever perfectly balanced, okay? So you got to kind of keep that in mind. But this is also about an advancement in awakening, inflow. Basically, it could be about like help coming from others as well. But showing your gratitude to others through generosity and compassion. So I think that this is you in a nutshell. But then we got the Queen of Wands, okay? Kitty, we got sunflowers, we got her on the throne, okay? So For this one, this is about creativity, it's about passion, it's about determination, it's about confidence, it's about a bold expression of yourself and helping others yet again, okay? This is a repeating pattern with this. Now, this is also about coming into your own and building yourself up so that you know who you are and coming into your power, okay? Because you badass. You the badass. Now we got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, notice the clouds as well, and then there's a little bit of water in the background too. So the Page of Swords is about, it can be about restless energy. It can also be about a curiosity, a thirst for knowledge, those sorts of aspects. Now this is about wanting to learn new things. So again, coming into your own, trying to figure out exactly where you're at and where you fit in. So this is about apprentice and student vibes going on, okay? But it's also about like your ideas and if it's resonating, but you're also the messenger. So you're trying to learn some things, but you're also trying to retain those things that you're learning, okay? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. You working on it. You're working on your skills, all right? So this is about mastering a skill, an expert craftsman. It's also about a methodical progress and patience, determination. It's about your soul's purpose, okay? So this could mean like your spiritual aspect, or it can mean your actual working career in your life. I feel like this is both because you're trying to balance it out with that as well, okay? Again, scale, all right? So this is about determination, and you are wanting to become the person that you long for. And you can. It will work, okay? If you put the effort in and you put the work into it, it will happen, all right? This is about, again, mastering a skill, all right? So it's better to know one thing really, really well versus knowing a little bit about each different subject. I feel like you're trying to do too much at once. Focus and hone in on one skill, all right? So this is about mastering that one skill and being an expert in that one skill. Bottom of the deck, which is kind of interesting, is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is about being possibly like a classic romantic, can be like head up in the air kind of deal. It's about tendencies, creativity, wearing your heart on your sleeve as well. It can be about seeking a connection with somebody else that you love or worried that they are going to leave. It's about loving chivalry, basically, okay? So this to me is about you being in touch with your emotions. So I feel like this one, since it's the bottom of the deck, you need to be more in touch with your emotions and get like your head out of the clouds, basically, okay? And know that you can do what you are meant to do. It's just, again, you are the one that's kind of stopping you, all right? So let me know how this resonates for you. I know this was really long, but let me know. I hope it has helped. And again, it's available to you to rewatch as many times as you wish. I would recommend to rewatch it in a couple days if you have the time, and then again in a couple weeks, just to ensure and drive that home. And whenever you feel like you need to hear what is in this reading. So thank you yet again, and I shall talk to you later. Bye. Take care of yourself.